Listen, I know why you clicked on the video. You want to know a few Horadric cube recipes to make your playthrough on hardcore a little smoother. You're just in luck, because I'm going to highlight a few useful Horadric cube recipes for Diablo 2 Resurrected. My name is Z, and welcome to the Dark Chronicles of Diablo. If you're new to this channel, I specialize in hardcore solo self-found challenge runs. The playlist link to challenge runs is in the description. During my challenge runs, I utilize the Horadric cube quite a bit to get as far into the challenge as I can get. The recipes I'm going to cover today are mostly utility recipes, so let's dive right in. The first group of recipes I call recycling recipes. If you are a bow or crossbow wielding character and you're running out of ammo but don't want to go into town, you can pick up two of the opposite type to transmute into the desired ammo. 2 arrows transmuted in the cube will make bolts with a random quantity. 2 bolts transmuted in the cube will make arrows with a random quantity. You might be thinking, hey Z, this recipe is kinda useless. Why don't you just go to town and buy them? Well, my dude, you're correct. That is a good method to get more ammo. But sometimes shit happens and you don't have a town portal and you're running low on ammo, but a bunch of the opposite ammo drops. Keep this recipe in the back of your mind for your next Amazon play. The next recycling recipe is the magic ring and magic amulet recipe. I use this one a lot in normal Act 1, 2, and 3. Until you get decent rares, rerolling junk amulets and rings can be useful. I try to get 10% faster cast rate rings and amulets on my casters, or try to get some decent resists. Sometimes I'll be looking for attack rating. It's all dependent on the playthrough. Pretty simple, right? Alright, this next cube recipe is pretty cool. I like to make this when I'm lacking resistances mid-game. This is called the prismatic amulet recipe. For this one, you need one of every type of gem and a magic amulet. When you combine them in the cube, you get a prismatic amulet with 16 to 20 resist all, and the chance of a suffix as well. I rolled a 19 with no suffix. You can't win them all. The next 2 recipes are used when I'm in a scary area of the game where I might be taking big hits. The rejuvenation potion recipe is combining 3 of any type of mana potion, including minor mana potions, and 3 of any type of health potions, again it could be the tiniest health potion, with any chipped gem. It'll give you 1 rejuvenation potion in return. So if you have a bunch of chipped gems laying around, you can turn them into juves. The other recipe is a full rejuvenation potion. You can do 3 of any type of mana potion, 3 of any type of health potion, and a regular gem. This will yield 1 full rejuvenation potion. Now let's go over socketing cube recipes. First off, you cannot socket a white item that is superior or low quality. They must be a normal white item. I'm going to throw in a bonus recipe for you guys here, and that's how to upgrade a low quality item to a normal quality item. You can use an L rune plus any chipped gem and throw in a low quality white item. Here I am taking this crude monarch and turning it into a regular monarch. Now I might as well show you the socket shield recipe. I'm going to take this normal monarch and add a Tal rune, Amn rune, and a perfect ruby. This will give me a random amount of sockets from 1 to 4. I wanted a 4 socket to make a spirit shield but rolled a 3. RNGesus was not on my side today. Let's go over the socket body armor recipe. I'll show you with this ethereal sacred armor. I'll put my sacred armor, a Tal rune, a Thul rune, and a perfect topaz in the cube. Hit transmute and I will get anywhere from 1 to 4 sockets. I rolled a 3, which is fine, as I can make some rune words in there. The socket helm recipe I don't use as often, but I'll show you guys anyway. I'll do it on a random fury visor that I found. You throw the normal white helm plus a Ral rune, a Thul rune, and a perfect sapphire. This will give you anywhere from 1 to 3 sockets, depending on the helm base. I rolled a 3 socket, which is great. I can make numerous rune words in here. Some helms, as a disclaimer, can only get up to 2 sockets, so you'll probably want to look that up before you use this recipe. Lastly, and not least, is my favorite socket recipe, the socket weapon. This one allows me to make mercenary weapons, or sometimes I use it on bows or melee weapons depending on the playthrough. I'm going to combine this cryptic axe along with a Ral rune Amn rune, and a perfect amethyst. The cryptic axe can roll from 1 to 5 sockets, and I got a shitty 2 socket roll. This one is going straight in the trash. Alright, I showed you how to socket 4 types of items. Now I want to show you how to clear sockets that you've already used. If you have a base that you really like, but don't want the current gems, runes, or jewels in there any longer, you can throw the item in the cube along with a hell rune and a scroll of town portal. Make sure it's a scroll and not a tome. This will clear all sockets in the item. You will not get the runes, jewels, and gems back, so make sure that you want to sacrifice them. Now let's go over repairing expensive armors and weapons. I'm going to demonstrate on random pieces of gear just so you get the idea. This will work way better on items with charges that can sometimes be 200,000 gold or more to repair when broken. These 2 recipes will not work on ethereal items, so do not try it on them. The first is the repairing weapon recipe. You can place your weapon in the Horadric cube along with an Ort rune and any chipped gem. This will fully repair and replenish all charges on the weapon and durability. The second is a repairing armor recipe. This can be body armor, gloves, helm, boots, belt, or shield. You place your item in the cube along with any flawed gem and a Ral rune. This will completely repair all durability and replenish all charges on the armor piece. Alright, well that's a lot of recipes for today. I'll make another video covering crafted items and upgrading sets, uniques, and rares another time. If you learned even one tiny little thing today, give the video a thumbs up and hit subscribe. I produce Diablo 2 hardcore content every Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you made it this far to the end of the video, slap a comment below and include the code word raccoon in your comment somewhere so I know that you're a real OG and watched the whole thing. Alright my dudes, Z is out. Peace.